Okay, welcome back dear friends. Today we are going to discuss about the blood supply of the chest wall. We will discuss blood supply of anterior chest wall, then we will discuss blood supply of the posterior chest wall. So let's start and first discuss about the blood supply of anterior chest wall. First we will draw the blood supply of the complete 11 intercostal spaces anterior side and the 11 intercostal spaces on the posterior side. Then we will discuss this image also. Remember, each intercostal space having its own blood supply. That's why I have told you that while performing thoracocentesis, keep the needle to the upper border of the rib and the lower border of the space. Why? If you are going to keep the needle to the lower border of the rib, you are going to damage the vessels, because lower border of the rib having attachment of the vessels. So always performing thoracocentesis procedure, keep the needle to the upper border of the rib but the lower border of the space. Okay. So total we have 11 intercostal spaces, 12 pair of the ribs and 11 intercostal spaces. First we will discuss blood supply of the anterior chest wall. Anterior chest wall blood supply. Anterior chest wall blood supply. Anterior chest wall blood supply. Total we have 11 intercostal spaces. So let's draw please 11 intercostal spaces. Okay. Anterior side blood supply of all anterior intercostal spaces is coming through internal thoracic artery, and internal thoracic artery is a branch of, this is your subclavian artery here, subclavian artery, and remember that subclavian artery, right subclavian artery is a branch of the brachiocephalic trunk. Left subclavian artery is directly originated from the arch of the aorta, and this subclavian artery from first part will give three branches. One is the vertebral artery, one is the thyrocervical trunk, and third one which are going to discuss today, that is the internal thoracic artery. And from second part it's giving two branches. One is the costocervical trunk and the deep cervical artery. Just anterior to this artery there is attachment of one muscle which is called as subclavian anterior muscle, and that subclavian anterior muscle dividing this artery, subclavian artery, into three parts. But artery is free from posterior side. Remember, muscle is not attached within the vessel, muscle is attached in front of the vessel. So that muscle dividing artery into three parts. So remember, anterior side, anterior intercostal spaces, arteries, anterior intercostal arteries are coming through the internal thoracic artery, and internal thoracic artery is also very important artery. I have told you in my last lecture when we were talking about blood supply of the heart that internal thoracic artery, or second name of this artery is the internal mammillary artery, and graft of this artery is nowadays commonly used in case of the CABG surgery, coronary artery bypass grafting. This artery will descend originating from the first part of the subclavian artery and descending, coming downwards behind the first 6 costal cartilages, just 1 centimeter lateral, 1 finger breadth lateral to the body of sternum. So this will be here your right internal thoracic, here will be your left internal thoracic artery. Then at the level of 6th intercostal space, this internal thoracic artery is dividing into two terminal branches. One is the musculophrenic artery, second is the superior epigastric artery. So remember a review that first 6 anterior intercostal spaces are receiving blood supply from anterior intercostal arteries, and these anterior intercostal arteries are branches of internal thoracic artery, and lower 5 anterior intercostal spaces are receiving blood supply from anterior intercostal arteries, and these anterior intercostal arteries are branches of the musculophrenic artery, and musculophrenic artery is the terminal branch of the internal thoracic artery. Let me draw, then you can write in your own statement. Otherwise, if you want to make notes, which is very important, otherwise you will forget. First remember, follow me and make this sketch. and then write the statement which I have just explained. Later we will discuss branches of internal thoracic artery also. So internal thoracic artery, which is coming from the first part of the subclavian artery, coming downward, so first 6 anterior intercostal spaces, first 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, right please, first 6 anterior intercostal spaces, first 6 anterior intercostal spaces are receiving blood supply from anterior intercostal arteries, anterior intercostal arteries, and these first 6 anterior intercostal arteries are the branches of internal thoracic artery. Here is your internal thoracic artery, or this is also known as internal mammillary artery. Okay. Then at the level of 6th intercostal space, internal thoracic artery, at the level of 6th intercostal space, internal thoracic artery is dividing into two terminal branches, and this one here is your musculophrenic artery, and second is the superior epigastric artery. So first 6 anterior intercostal spaces are receiving blood supply through anterior intercostal arteries, and these anterior intercostal arteries are the branches of internal thoracic artery. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then next important point, that internal thoracic artery divide into two terminal branches at the level of 6th intercostal space into musculophrenic artery and superior epigastric artery. Don't forget to please make notes, and this is very important, that how you are going to make the sketch. If you will draw the structure, you will write everything what I have explained, you will make notes, and then it will help you to keep this important topic in your memory till your exams. Otherwise you will forget quickly. Next, write please. Lower 5 anterior intercostal spaces. Lower 5 anterior intercostal spaces are receiving blood supply from anterior intercostal arteries, and these anterior intercostal arteries are branches of musculophrenic artery, and musculophrenic artery is a branch of internal thoracic artery, and internal thoracic artery is a branch of first part of the subclavian artery. So this is the blood supply of the anterior chest wall. Next we will discuss the blood supply of the posterior chest wall, but let me finish the branches of the internal thoracic artery first. I have told you, you can write in your notes, that internal thoracic artery is a branch of first part of the subclavian artery. It's descending just behind the first 6 costal cartilage, and it ultimately terminates into two terminal branches at the level of 6th costal cartilage, and two terminal branches, one is the musculophrenic, second is the superior epigastric artery, and internal thoracic artery lies are present just 1 centimeter, 1 finger breadth lateral to the body of the sternum. Musculophrenic artery is supplying to anterior lower 5 intercostal spaces, also to the diaphragm muscle, also to the diaphragm muscle, and superior epigastric artery supply to the rectus abdominis muscle, but more precisely to the upper part of the rectus abdominis muscle, rectus abdominis muscle. So how many branches of internal thoracic artery we have discussed? Anterior intercostal, musculophrenic, superior epigastric artery, and next branch, fourth branch of the internal thoracic artery you can write is the perforating artery. Perforating artery will supply blood to the mammillary gland, to the breast tissue. Number 5, mediastinal artery. Mediastinal artery will supply blood to the mediastinum and thymus. Number 6, pericardiophrenik artery. Pericardiophrenik artery will supply to the pericardium and diaphragm muscle. So these are the branches of the internal thoracic artery. So in this video lecture we have discussed so far about the blood supply of the anterior chest wall. In addition, we have discussed the branches of the internal thoracic artery. Now let's move to the posterior chest wall. And discuss the branches of the posterior chest wall. Okay. Blood supply of the posterior chest wall. On posterior side, definitely we have also 11 intercostal spaces, no doubt. So let's draw please 11 intercostal spaces on the posterior side. Eleven intercostal spaces on the posterior side, and remember, so you can write that first two posterior intercostal spaces are receiving blood supply from posterior intercostal arteries, and these posterior intercostal arteries are branches of superior intercostal artery. This is superior intercostal artery. And superior intercostal artery is a branch of costocervical trunk, and costocervical trunk is a branch of second part of subclavian artery. Again listen carefully, that first two posterior intercostal spaces are receiving blood supply from the posterior intercostal arteries, and these two posterior intercostal arteries are branches of this superior intercostal artery, and superior intercostal artery is a branch of costocervical trunk, and costocervical trunk is a branch of second part of the subclavian artery. Then next, we have now 9 intercostal spaces on the posterior side. So lower 9 posterior intercostal spaces are receiving blood supply from posterior intercostal arteries, and these posterior intercostal arteries are directly coming from thoracic aorta. This is your thoracic aorta. So lower 9 posterior intercostal spaces receiving blood supply from posterior intercostal arteries, and these posterior intercostal arteries are branches of the thoracic aorta. So this is the blood supply of the anterior chest wall and posterior chest wall. Let me show you image also. Here you can see this is basically arch of the aorta, and arch of aorta then giving three branches, and it ultimately descending in thorax, and this is your thoracic aorta, and thoracic aorta is giving posterior intercostal arteries of the lower 9 posterior intercostal spaces, and here is your brachiocephalic trunk. Brachiocephalic trunk divides into right subclavian artery, right common carotid artery, and first part of the subclavian artery is giving internal thoracic artery. This is basically internal thoracic artery, and internal thoracic artery just lies 1 centimeter, 1 finger breadth lateral to the body of sternum. You may have image based questions also in your exam, so just mark these images also, and you can study from the nature atlas also. I hope you understood. Till next video lecture, stay with Chinar Medicos. Thank you very much.